5 seconds to go. Start. The limitations on granting of bail come in only when the question of granting bail arises on merits. Stop. Apart from the grant of opportunity to the public prosecutor, the other twin conditions which really have relevance so far as the present accused respondent is concerned, are the satisfaction of the court that there are reasonable grounds for believing that the accused is not guilty of the alleged offence and that he is not likely to commit any offence while on bail. Stop. The conditions are cumulative and not alternative. Stop. The satisfaction contemplated regarding the accused being not guilty has to be based on reasonable grounds. Stop. The expression reasonable grounds means something more than prima facie grounds. Stop. It contemplates substantial probable causes for believing that the accused is not guilty of the alleged offence. Stop. The reasonable belief contemplated in the provision requires existence of such facts and circumstances as are sufficient in themselves to justify satisfaction that the accused is not guilty of the alleged offence. Stop. Para. The expression reasonable ground came up for discussion in State of Kerala and others versus Rajesh and others, and this court has observed as below. Para. The expression reasonable grounds means something more than prima facie grounds. Stop. It contemplates substantial probable causes for believing that the accused is not guilty of the alleged offence. Stop. The reasonable belief contemplated in the provision requires existence of such facts and circumstances as are sufficient in themselves to justify satisfaction that the accused is not guilty of the alleged offence. Stop. In the case on hand, the High Court seems to have completely overlooked the underlying object of Section 37 that, in addition to the limitations provided under the CRPC, or any other law for the time being in force, regulating the grant of bail, its liberal approach in the matter of bail under the NDPS Act is indeed uncalled for. Stop. Para. To sum up, the expression reasonable grounds used in clause B of subsection 1 of section 37 would mean credible, plausible and grounds for the court to believe that the accused person is not guilty of the alleged offence. Stop. For arriving at any such conclusion, such facts and circumstances must exist in a case that can persuade the court to believe that the accused person would not have committed such an offence. Stop. Dovetailed with the aforesaid satisfaction is an additional consideration that the accused person is unlikely to commit any offence while on bail. Stop. Para. We may clarify that at the stage of examining an application for bail in the context of the section 37 of the Act, the court is not required to record a finding that the accused person is not guilty. Stop. The court is also not expected to weigh the evidence for arriving at a finding as to whether the accused has committed an offence under the NDPS Act or not. Stop. The entire exercise that the court is expected to undertake at this stage is for the limited purpose of releasing him on bail. Stop.